I think objects are very important to give yourself a good feeling in a home where you like to live. I think all objects, art, furniture, it really expresses who you are yourself. I'm Glenn Sestig. I'm an architect. In our practice, we do, of course, architecture, a lot of interior design, and a lot of product design. I must say, I was in my early life already interested in interiors and architecture. So when we drove to school with my parents in the morning, I was always looking with my mother to the beautiful houses, and like every day the same houses, because we took the same road. So we always talked about, oh, this is a nice house and this is a nice house. The way I'm designing, I always start from a plan. So for me, the most important thing is that it's functional. By starting the plan, it's very intuitive, so I don't have any guideline. It's really intuitive. I can go from really minimalism to really luxury with the materials and the colors and the lighting. And I design and I redesign and I design. It really comes like a flow, and then up and everything is there. We're here in our house in Belgium, and we call it Pavilion Sestig. It has been built in 1972. The art collectors who decided to build a house for their big collection, they needed more space, so they asked Ivan Van Mossevelde to design a house for them. The style of the architecture, visually, it's very brutalistic. It's totally in concrete, visually in concrete, and the other way, it's built totally in bricks. Then it has been insulated, and then it's a shelf in concrete that has been hung around the brick construction, in fact. I also really like this architecture, so I didn't want to change anything. I really wanted just to make it stronger, and I think this is one of the most important things when you do some restoration of important architecture and you want to put a new intervention, and you try to not touch the original parts that are impossible to restore. Talking about objects, it's for me really intuitive. First, we have to love the object, then we have to buy the object. And it's a feeling when I see an object, I like it or I don't like it. This is a strong work from Giulia, and it's a ceramic sculpture. Normally it's a light sculpture. There is like a graphic work in it that makes it for me really a strong piece. Here you can see Italian street furniture. Nobody really knows who the designer is, so we think it's just the manufacturer. Somebody worked in the manufacturer and they made a mold, because you find a lot of them in Italy still today. In the streets you can find those pieces. For us, a very beautiful and strong piece is the minimal oil from Pierre Caille. There are only 3 pieces in the world. We have one, there's one in America, and the third we don't know for the moment. So, but it's very beautiful. You really feel the oil in it, the form of the head and the minimal nose on it. This bench, La Marquesa, has been designed by Oscar Niemeyer and his daughter. I think it's a really beautiful sculpture, the elegance of Oscar Niemeyer. It also has like a more feminine part, even more than he already has sometimes. There was another sculpture laying there for the moment. It's a bit hot today, so she's laying there in the shadow, cooling down, but it's also a beautiful little living sculpture for me. Her name is Stanit, the lady of the house, as they say. It's important for me that it's really well done. The material, the kind of material is important for me, and the form, of course. So, but it's really a feeling. It's not really looking for something. It has to be marble or it has to be a certain material, not at all. So you will find a lot of different objects here in the house, different materials, different forms. At the end, you will feel it's very me, and that's also the most important. The wall sconce is from the collection, Tennessee collection, that we designed for Ozon. Always really well done. It's based on the Japanese paper. They work a lot with that material. Underneath we have the little chair from Gaston Eyselink, a very famous Belgian architect from the 30s and the 40s. Has beautiful detailing, I think. I was on the collectible design fair in Brussels, and I saw this piece. It's in metal, and it's from Itermas, And I just loved the form, the material, how the feet are done. Something else what you will see a lot that I collect a little bit is all pieces from Up and Up. I really like it when it's empty. Just the object is so strong on its own, it's so monumental. This photograph is Mapplethorpe is on the picture, of course, but everybody thinks it's a self-portrait of Mapplethorpe. But Anne de Meulemeester and Patrick Robin, they were good friends back in the days with Mapplethorpe, and Patrick Robin, the husband of Anne de Meulemeester, is a photographer. The idea is like it's a self-portrait of Mapplethorpe, but it's a real picture by somebody else of him. So, another present from Anne de Meulemeester and Patrick Robin. We just finished their house in Antwerp. They bought me the red vase of Carlo Scarpa for Venini. I must say I never look to anything else. I'm not going through books all the time. I'm not doing that. Of course, you have the architects that you like. One of my favorites is Carlo Scarpa. These sofas are the Cornera, the only sofa collection Carlo Scarpa designed in his life. And it was for Simon & Gavina, a very good manufacturer. This is an ash tree from Carlo Scarpa, and I really liked it because of the very simpleness. It's really a molded piece. You can feel this. It has been stamped. In fact, the metal has been stamped, has been signed by Mr. Carlo Scarpa. Why do I love the work of Carlo Scarpa? It's just the feeling. It's just intuitive that I feel it. I like it. I like the forms. Even when it's very organic or it's very rectangular, I always like it. So. It's the same with art, of course. Objects or art, it's the same feeling. It's really a feeling. And I don't like houses with too much art, which is full of art. I don't like that. When we moved in the house, and even just when we bought it, before we moved in, we found this incredible wall drawing by Sol Hewitt. It has been designed in 1973, 1 year after the house was constructed and was ready. When they lived in the house, they invited Sol Hewitt as a resident here, and he could do something on these walls. What I really like about it, that it's very minimal, because a lot of works of Sol Hewitt are very colorful. You almost don't see it when you're entering the space, so you really have to go close, and I really have to explain to people that is a wall drawing of Sol Hewitt, because you don't really feel it directly. So we have here a sofa from Zaha Hadid. I think we have it now for 25 years, something like that. It has been designed, I think, in the 2004. We were at the Xavier Hufkens, and there was the beautiful Thomas Housego wooden sculpture. It was the first time I saw a wooden sculpture, because normally the skulls are really in bronze or in plasterwork. And I also like it when some artworks are not just on a normal height, like this work of Rocco Ricci, the son of Madonna. Here you see a beautiful piece from Anthony Leenders. It's a very young artist. So we found it just like this on the wall, and we both fell in love with that piece, so we decided to buy it and hang it here on that long wall, just totally alone, very serene, very chic. Well, living here, it inspires anyway, because the architecture is so beautiful. The architect who designed the house, Ivan Van Mossevelde, he sometimes comes to the house here, let's say, not frequently, but once a year he comes here to say hello. And he's happy what we did with his masterpiece. So.